accept that 90% of the population won't get you, only 10% will. And even that 10% is a huge number. So focus on the 10% of the population. Second thing is be authentically you. Stand in your own power. Express your true identity and personality to the world. Then those 10% will resonate with you and the 90% won't. So you will automatically push away the 90% and attract the 10%. This way there's more real bond and real coherence between you, which lasts more longer and more deeper. 230 people in your life, that's all you need, and that's already way too much for you to handle as an empath. You'd say 200 people? No way! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about empaths feeling lonely in this world. As an empath, you sense everybody's energies and what they truly intend in their hearts without even them having to speak a word or without even them having to meet in person. You are able to do that because you are extremely sensitive. You are extremely smart in a way to understand people's psychology. You can see through people's soul in a way. But nobody else does that to you. You expect everybody else to be the same way. Reading other people comes so naturally to you that you expect other people to at least know something about you without even you speaking it out or without you even sharing your own needs or your own desires. Now here is an important thing to understand for you, empath, is the 80-20 principle. This applies in almost every situation and in every matter of the world or in every situation of your life. Consider this. There's a certain group of people and 80% of the population will behave in a certain way and the 20% will behave in a certain way. Now you might resonate with the 20% of the empaths in the world. The rest 80% may be not so sensitive, not an empath. But it is inevitable that you bump into more of the non-sensitive and non-empathic people in the world, and you try to expect them to understand your needs, your desires, and your feelings, which you never ever shared with them. And then you start feeling a sense of loneliness that nobody ever gets you. But if you just take a step back and realize that you are interacting with the wrong people and expecting non-empaths to be empaths, that's not possible. You're expecting someone to play football who doesn't even know to play football at all. Yes, they can try here and there, but they won't be really good. So what you need to do is focus all your energy and meeting with these 20% of the people. Sometimes it could be just 5% people in the world that could be empaths, or that could be people that relate to your story, your empathic side, your kind of sensitive individual personality. Because it is impossible to be connected with a non-empath, and that's why we have this sense of longing and a sense of need to be so attached to people, and we attract a narcissistic personality in our lives. The first step to do is create that awareness that, hey, 80 to 90% of these people on this planet would not understand you or would not resonate with your story. Now you'd say that 10 to 20% is a small minority of the population, but if you look at the world population right now, which is 8 billion people on this planet, 8 billion, that is 8 with 9 zeros, and if you take even 10% of the population, you'll get around 80 million people or some sort, approximately that number. Now if you are an empath, all you need is just maybe a couple of hundred people. Let's purely do the math, okay? Maybe you need one partner, a couple of friends. If you're an empath, all you might need is like 4 to 5 friends. So that makes maybe 5 people in your life, and a couple of tens of co-workers. Let's add maybe 20 to 30 co-workers. So it's around 35 people in your circle. And then you need a wider community, right? Approximately you will be satisfied with 100 or 200 people. So adding everything up, all you have is around 230 people in your life. That's all you need, and that's already way too much for you to handle as an empath. You'd say 200 people? No way. But the point I'm trying to make is, stop focusing on the vast majority of the population on the earth and realize that there is a small group of people which is still large. There are still like 80 million people is still a large group of population, and from that 80 million people, all you need is maybe 200 people to feel satisfied, to feel at home, to feel in a sense of community, rather than trying to fit into the world, to the vast majority of the 80 to 90%. You become you. You stay authentic to your own life, your own values, your own personality, and let the small 10 to 20% people find you. Let me ask you this question. If you don't show your true authentic self, how is that perfect person going to show up in your life? How are the co-workers or colleagues of your future life going to see that, hey, this guy might be good fit for our team? Or how are you even going to develop the friendships if you don't talk about things openly and with confidence in the world without those friends? Because if you try to be fake, if you try to pretend, if you try to fit into the world, you will just keep attracting other people who try to pretend, who try to fit in. And when those two people come together, there is a sense of inauthenticity. Both people are putting on facades for a while, and then the facade drops off, and then the true self comes in, and then you realize, hey, this is not the guy who I thought he is, and I am also behaving in a different way now, so everything gets messed up. And this might take years of damage and years of recovery time. So why be inauthentic in the first place? I know there's a sense of fear of being missed out, or being a misfit, being thrown away from the crowd, from the community, being an outcast. But hey, there are enough people on the planet, there are enough communities in the planet where you can be your true, authentic self. And those communities are mostly really looking for other people like you. But if you don't be your own true self, how will they ever find out that you are actually an empath, or you are an actually highly sensitive person? So my message in this today's video is, first of all, accept that 90% of the population won't get you, only 10% will. And even that 10% is a huge number. So focus on the 10% of the population. Second thing is, be authentically you. Stand in your own power. Express your true identity and personality to the world. Then those 10% will resonate with you and the 90% won't. So you will automatically push away the 90% and attract the 10%. This way there's more real bond and real coherence between you, which lasts more longer and more deeper. That are the two things that you need to do. Focus on 10% and be yourself. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and until next time, walk in faith.